Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Extinguisher 10, and today we are going over how to draft the best running backs in Madden 21. And the better you draft, the more likely you will get a Superstar X Factor. Let's jump in right now, and scouting starts at week 3. Here we are in week 3, of course. And you just go down here to scout college players. You get 175 points each week unless you have the scouting package for your coach, which, as we can see, we do not have it for him. And it gives us the option to either auto-generate rookies, download from the Madden Share, or import a class that you already have on your local system. In this case, just so we don't know what's going on, we're going to go with auto-generated rookies. And if this ever loads, there we go. And because we're just focusing on a running back, we're just going to hit the tab right here, go over, oops, sorry, wrong tab. We're going to go over to the tab there, to running back, and we're just going to hit them one by one. And you can, with PlayStation anyway, hit the square button. Xbox also has this feature also. I don't know what button it is, but if you just hit it, you don't have to go into the main screen. Well, here, we'll show you. You can go and start scouting from here, or you can stay back here and just hit square, and boom, A carrying, A minus ball carrier vision, and A minus juke move. This guy looks so far like he's going to be pretty good, but he's the first expected running back to go off the board, so you should expect that. And one thing to keep in mind when we are scouting these guys, they're showing us the top 3 skills in order. So the best skill for this running back is carrying, the second best is ball carrier vision, and the third is juke move. So keep that in mind. So know that the lowest thing that you see, that everything else can be no higher than that. So if it drops off big time, you know you don't want this player. So let's move on. Let's see here. A minus, not as good, but okay. A minus again, and B plus, not as good. And it's the same archetype, so it's kind of apples to apples. Carrying is number 1, juke move, they both have juke move, and his ball carrier vision versus spin move. And actually for me, I'm a little more interested in, just based off of these 3 stats, off of the second guy, Richard Bell. And it's purely because the 2 skills that don't overlap between these 2 players is ball carrier vision for the first guy and spin move for the second guy. And if I'm going to be using this person, I'm more interested in a very good spin move than I am ball carrier vision. Now, if you're doing like a sim or maybe a cross in between, kind of some sim, some play, then you probably want to go with the top guy, especially because his floor is a little higher. So, I don't know, now that I'm thinking about it, it might be better to go with Bryce Stuckey. But of course, you want to check out things like combine, age, things like that. Oh, speaking of age, here, let's jump in. 21 years old, so the younger a player is, the quicker they progress. So if this guy's 21 and the other one's say 24, okay, 22, 1 age difference, that's not that much. So in that case, it's going to be barely even a tiebreaker. But if you get like a 2 or 3 year difference instead of just 1, it's going to start to make a difference, and the younger guy will progress quicker, so it's a great tiebreaker to use. And of course, you could also look at the talent diamond in the lower right hand corner. They say that this guy is a late first round talent, and Bryce Stuckey, they say he is an early first round talent. So according to the computer, you want to go with this first guy. And let's keep going. A minus, A minus, B plus, all right, still looking good. B plus, B plus, B plus, and wow, that really dropped off. His top skills were slightly lower, and the floor, or at least the floor that we can see, is the same as everybody else's except for the first one. So maybe he's not athletic, maybe it drops off after that. But these diamonds are normally pretty accurate with the last few versions of Madden. Farther back, like 4 or 5 years ago, the diamonds were much less accurate, so you had to rely on your skills much more. But with this version and last year's version of Madden, you can almost just sort it in the exact same order as what the diamonds say the talent level is, and it'll be pretty spot on. Now, of course, you want to tailor everything to your needs. If you don't, actually, is everybody an elusive back? There we go, power back. So of course you want to get a running back that suits your desires, suits your needs, and suits what you're going to do. Running backs with high ball carrier vision and high awareness are great for sim, but they're kind of a waste for playing with, so keep all of that in mind when you do it. So let's keep going. Oh, whoa, A+. Wow, okay. Dropped off pretty quick, but still not that bad. B+ is the bottom. I'm liking that guy so far. A-, A-, and we ran out of points. Let's simulate to the next week, and we'll get another 175. All right, let's finish this guy off. And A-, nice. Looking like a good value back there. All right, let's keep going. B+, B+. Just not quite good enough. A+ again, nice. And dropped off a little bit, but still looking good. All right, in the 4th round. And, oh, he must drop off pretty good after that, because that's pretty good numbers for the 4th round, but okay. A-, B+, B. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. A+, B+, B+, and decent value pick right here. Might get yourself a nice second or third string running back. And we ran out of points one more time. Let's simulate the week again. So one thing I normally suggest is that if you see a drop off and it's just too far, stop scouting. Don't keep dumping points in. Save it for continuing to scout in that position, in other positions. These scouting points are like gold. Don't waste them. And unfortunately, these running backs aren't dropping off too bad. I mean, the biggest one was there, but it was for the last one, so can't really predict that the last one's going to be that way. A- across the board, that's not bad. And let's keep going. A-, oh, A. All right, so this is interesting. He dropped off, and we got another B for the last one, but it's in the 5th round, so they're saying, you know what? He is a 5th rounder. So is he a great running back? No, but it looks like he's worth taking in the 5th. B+, B. Ooh, I probably should have stopped there. I kept going. Wasted the points, just like I was talking about. And let's, you know what? I'm just going to skip through all of these, and I'll just show you at the very end. But before we go over the players that we've scouted, I got to show you 2 other things that are very important. The first is, if you don't use your points, only half roll over into the next week. So haven't scouted in several weeks. We're up to 308, and so the 175 each week, that gets cut in half. The remainder gets thrown in a pool, and then half of that. So it really builds pretty slowly. So use them every single week. Hold as little over as possible. And the other thing is, if you want to get more scouting points, we already talked about it, go over and upgrade your coach and just go right here, 1400 XP if you'd like to draft. This is completely worth it. Boom, there you go. He is upgraded. Now he gets 200 scouting points every week. Yeah, you say 25, that doesn't sound like very much, but that's basically what it takes to scout one player. So in approximately 17-18 weeks of scouting, I don't remember exactly how much it is, but in approximately that amount of time, you get to scout one extra player every week. That's almost 20 extra players in an entire draft that you can scout. That really adds up. So now we're going to go in and check out the players and see what we have going on here for what we have to look at. So we'll just tab over, do this. And here is an extremely useful tool. It is adding to your draft board and using your draft board. I love using this. It makes your draft so much easier being organized. So in PlayStation, you hit triangle. I think it's Y on Xbox. But yeah, you just boom, there you go. Star, they are added to it. And typically what I do, and everyone uses it different, but what I do is I basically add everyone who is draftable and then just sort it from there. So it does unfortunately make the draft board quite big, and it does take a little bit of extra time. That's the way I like to do it. If you want to just kind of cherry pick through these guys and go, oh, I like you, I like you, that is perfectly fine. Use it the way that it works best for you. So I'm just going to add these guys real quick, and I will see you in just a minute. All right, so I've added everybody I want to my draft board now. With the L2 trigger, you just jump over to draft board, boom. Now you're looking at your draft board and you can sort from there. And as you can see, hold X to reorder, and that's as easy as that. You just go, oh yeah, we'll drop him in a little bit, and let's see, we'll bump you up, do that, And maybe bump you up a little bit. And let's see, bump you up to there, you up to there. Whew. Look at this undrafted rookie. I normally don't scout undrafted rookies unless I'm seeing some really exciting physical stats that we'll get to see later in this video. But I just did everybody just because it's only one position. And look at that. I mean, a third rounder who's projected to go undrafted. That is just fantastic. So at this point, this is kind of the order I would go with without getting too in depth. And the next, I'm going to be looking at who has a story, and I'll tell you why that's important later, and also the combine. With those two pieces, I'll get this sorted out even more. But for now, I'm just going in order of the diamond score on the left here. So now I'm going to show you draft stories and why they are so important. So you just tab over to league and then over to news. And then you hit the tab over here, scroll down to draft stories. Looks like currently there is only 2. And I don't know if they're going to affect us any, but you take these stories and look for positive or negative things about these players. If it's something positive, then that means they're going to have a hidden development trait. It is guaranteed. And at that point, you're one step closer to Superstar X Factor. Because there's just nothing like nailing a draft pick and then seeing that he has normal development. It just kills you. It's like, no, I did so good, yet luck was not with me. So this eliminates the luck portion, or at least to an extent, of the 4 options. This narrows it down to the best 3. Now, unfortunately, in this case, the first one is a free safety, and then the next one, nation's top running backs meet up. Let's check this out. It was a statement game for Rashard Bell. Oh, I remember seeing this guy. He was like the first or second projected running back to go, who ran wild in West Virginia's victory over Antonio Scott and Clemson. So let's check those 2 guys out, and I'm thinking that both should be pretty good. And there they are. Rashard Bell, and he did better than Antonio Scott. They said that he did extremely well, so I'm thinking that you're going to be getting an even better development trait out of Rashard Bell than Antonio Scott. I haven't been able to prove whether that is true or not. I haven't done this experiment quite enough, but that's the theory that I've been going with, trying to prove it. And in fact, let's keep an eye on that, see how that goes. So Rashard Bell, let's see here. He is projected mid-first rounder, okay. And, Antonio Scott, early first rounder. They're both looking pretty good. So, in fact, let's bump those guys up maybe. Although, I don't know, these 2 guys look really good, but we have a bunch of first rounders. I think we're going to try and take them all if possible. And we've fast forwarded to the off season, and this is where you get to see the combine scores. Let's jump in and check this out. And right over here on the right, you can see a general kind of catch-all score. So Bryce Stuckey, a 7.0 grade. Cortland Finley, a 7.6. Same with Rashard Bell. And 7.0 for Antonio Scott. 7.4 for Tyreek Flowers. And so on and so on. You get the idea. And this is where I start to look for more athletic guys down at the bottom end of the draft. And that's kind of where you start scouting and kind of cherry pick. Okay, let's see if that guy has some skills. That's the time that I start doing that, if I even do it at all. But then to see farther into what this means, you click on him, pull up the screen, and there you go, right over here, combine report, and 40-yard dash. He ran a 4.41. He's 5th in all the running backs. And of course, that is your speed stat. Bench press, 21 reps, that is your strength stat. Vertical jump, of course, that's jumping. 3-cone and 20-yard shuttle, I believe that's acceleration and agility, something like that. I mainly just use speed and strength, and with wide receivers and cornerbacks, that's where I'll kind of peak at jumping. But for the most part, I just look at speed and strength myself. But there you go, just in case you wanted to know, that's what those mean. And so he's athletic, not super athletic, but he's all right. He's mostly his skills that it looks like it's going to be holding him up with. 21 years old, that helps too. And then Cortland Finley. This guy looks like he's a good value pick. Not very fast, pretty strong, liking that. And trucking, so that fits it. He's strong, he's got good trucking. I like it. He's a second rounder. I should probably drop him down here so that way we can take him along with the other guys. Even though that's not the order that I would probably want to take them in. Being as we have so many first round picks, this is, well, here. Yeah, 4 first round picks. I'll probably drop him there just because I know we can take him, and we'll kind of go in order. And hell, let's check out Rashard Bell. He's the fastest running back in the draft. I love the looks of that. I really like this guy. I think he's going to be good. I don't know. There's something about him. I just don't think he's going to be the best in skill, but as we saw by the story, he's probably going to have a good development trait, and with that speed, I really want to take this guy pretty early. Bryce Stuckey and Antonio Scott, I think they both look a little better. Yeah, a little bit better for those guys, but I think I'll leave the order the same, and we'll just kind of leave it as is. No, I'm thinking we're going in that order for skill. And let's see if I'm right. And then so on and so on. You get the idea. I think we should just jump in the draft, and we'll see how we did. So now we're here in the draft, and let's see how we're going to do. Bryce Stuckey, I think he looks pretty good. I'm going to say 70. How about 77 overall? Let's go. And 79. Oh, a little better than I thought. Bryce is ranked second in true value. We drafted him at number 14. Great pick. Unfortunately, normal development. He didn't have a story about him, so that makes sense. Although you don't have to have a story to have hidden development. But unfortunately, yeah, not a bad pick. It's just he doesn't have that excellent development trait, but that's okay. You can always progress him up through achievements and awards. And oh, looks like we have back-to-back picks. And so let's just go with our next guy on the board, which is Antonio Scott. We thought he had a hidden development trait. Let's see, and I'm thinking 74? No, let's go 77. Okay, we'll go 77 with him too. 77, all right, I got it. And hidden development. All right, hey, trophy earner, look at that. Stud finder. Antonio was ranked third in true value. We drafted him at number 15. That is fantastic. And later, we will check out and see what his development trait is. And now, with our third pick, we're looking at Rashard Bell. He's the fastest guy in the draft. He had a story about him, and both guys looked good, but he looked fantastic according to the story. And I'm thinking SuperStar X Factor, his skills don't look quite as good. Maybe 75 and SuperStar X Factor, which I would take over the other guys because the development trait is so important. Let's go. And hidden development, okay. Hidden development, 22 years old. Rashard is ranked 16th in true talent. We took him at 23. Good value. Development trait, it's at least star. We'll check that out later, see what it is. Let's keep going with the draft. And now with our last pick in the first round, I'm okay with it. This guy has phenomenal stats, super strong. He's got trucking, A+ carrying. I think he's going to be pretty good. 22 years old, let's go. And 76 overall. Cortland is ranked 6th in true talent. We took him at 27. I like it. Great value pick. And the only downside is he has normal development, but it happens. It happens. I've noticed this year that it's harder to get hidden development traits in the draft yet, but I'm also noticing it is easier to progress players too, so it's kind of a give and take. And now with our first pick in the second round, we're going to go with Tyreek Flowers. Also looks pretty athletic. Well, strong as hell, not the fastest, but he's kind of a bowling ball. Look at that. B+ trucking. Let's go. 21 years old and 74 overall. 21 years old. Well, Tyreek is ranked 13th in true talent. We took him at 55. That is a fantastic value pick right there. And now with our 5th round pick, actually, we have 2 5th round picks. Nice. We're going to start off with Bradley Hall. And let's see if we can haul him in for a good pick. Boy, I don't know. Probably 68 overall. He's looking kind of iffy, but still a good value. And boom, 68 overall. Bradley is ranked 90th in true talent. We drafted him at 135. Another fantastic value pick. And now at this point, I'm going to veer away from the draft board. I have it in order of talent, but he's projected to go undrafted, Ahmed Carter, that is. So I could probably take him with the 6th or 5th round pick. So being we're still in the 5th, let's go with, how about this guy? He's supposed to be a 5th round talent or a 5th round pick. Let's go with him. And Dan Wade, I'm thinking 66 overall. Let's go. And 67, I was close. Dan is ranked 119 in true talent. We drafted him at 142. Another good value pick right there. And with our first pick in the 6th round, we're going to go with Von Grubbs. Probably 66, 65 overall. And 67, okay. Good to be wrong in that direction. Vaughn is ranked 120th in true talent. We took him at 167. Another good value pick. And at this point, I don't want to miss out on a Ahmed Carter. I'd rather miss out on someone later than to miss out on this guy. I think we've waited long enough. Let's see, 69? 68 overall. No, 69. Let's go with 69. 68. Oh, I should have went with 68. Ahmed is ranked 96th in true talent. We took him at 181. That is the pick of the draft right there. Oh, yeah, baby. And now with our last 6th rounder, we're going to take Dominique Claiborne. He's projected to go in the 7th round, but I think he's going to be better than that. And 67 overall. Dominique is ranked 127th in true talent. We took him at 183. Once again, a good value pick. And with our last pick in the draft, I'm going to go with Jameel Frazier. He's not looking too good, but he looks pretty fast, so we'll go with that. And 65 overall. I mean, what do you expect in the 7th round? Jameel is ranked 183rd in true talent. We took him at 213. Hopefully someday you can progress him into a nice 3rd down back because he is a receiving back. But as far as full-time back, that ain't going to be this guy. And let's see. How is his speed? 91? Okay, so he's got some decent speed. He's got possession catch for a trait, so that's great. So if you're a team without a good 3rd down back, someone who can catch balls out of the backfield, this could be your guy right there. So that was our draft, but now we want to see, how about those hidden development guys? Which I think there was only 2. Like I said earlier, it is more rare in this year's Madden. But I think it was Antonio Scott and Rashard Bell. Yeah, he had one. So edit player, and this way we can, it kind of feels like cheating, but this is just for the sake of the video. We're not actually going to change anything. We're going to just see what it is. And SuperStar development. All right, not X Factor, but we thought he was going to have something good, and he got it. I am super down with SuperStar development, especially out of a rookie, because it doesn't take much to upgrade your players. So you're just one step away from SuperStar X Factor. Now, let's check out Rashard Bell. Who wants to bet he's just got SuperStar too? And because we were in the same article, I would think that it's probably the same. But we'll see. And SuperStar X Factor, yes! We got an X Factor out of the draft. Booyah! All right, so we only, of all the running backs we drafted, and we drafted probably 2/3 of the, draftable running backs, only 2 had a hidden development trait, and if any of the other running backs had one, they didn't look like they were going to be any good anyway, so it's kind of a waste if it's on a crummy back. So there you go. I mean, the odds are not super good of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 running backs. Only 2 had hidden development. Just shows you how difficult it is to get it. But when we got it good. And just keep that in mind. It is difficult. Don't get frustrated if you don't get anything other than normal. It's difficult to do. But with these tips and tricks, you too can up your chances of getting that star, superstar, or superstar X Factor player. And of course, if you want to learn how to upgrade your player fastest and best, why don't you check out my video on how to progress players? I'll leave that in a playlist at the end of the video. And speaking of the end of the video, I think it's time to wrap this thing up. I've shown you all that I know on how to draft running backs in Madden 21. If you have any tips and tricks yourself, I'd love to hear them down below in the comments section. And if you liked it, tell me. If you didn't like it, that's okay. Tell me. I want to hear from you. Do you have any requests for other positions? I'll gladly hit them up first. I'm planning on doing them all, but if I get a request for one, I'll try and do that one next. And if you wanted to see something other than tips and tricks, I also have Eagles franchise going on. It has been a blast so far, and I can't wait to keep going with this. I love rebuilding teams. And of course, we play a few other video games here. MLB The Show, Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr. All of it's a blast. All of it's fun. Just love playing all this. And if you found yourself enjoying this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave her a big ol' like. It really helps out the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't just hit that playlist at the end of the video. I think you should jump on down and hit that big red subscribe button below and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. We've got all kinds of stuff going on as, well, I just told you about. But with all that being said, I think it's time to sign out. And this is Extinguisher 10 signing out. Have a great rest of your day.
See you, chump.